Once you understand this, making money with YouTube automation is going to be easy. So in this video, what I want to do is take you from someone with no experience, or if you've started a channel and you're struggling, to getting you to the profit position where you're starting to make money from your channel. I've made a good amount of money from faceless YouTube just on ad revenue alone, and I've been able to help my students like Diego scale to 20K a month in under a year while working his 9-to-5 job, and helping Ian scale to 30K a month on his channel. And I'm actually going to share with you what channel that was later in the video, so you definitely want to watch the entirety of this one. Okay, so first, when it comes to actually building a profitable faceless YouTube channel, there are a few pillars that you need to have in place if you want to be successful. No one shares this with you, but this is the actual infrastructure you're going to need to succeed. That was a pretty good rhyme. So the first thing you're going to need is a high demand, high RPM niche. High demand means there's a lot of people that want to watch your videos. High RPM means that you're going to get paid a decent sum of money per 1,000 views that your channel generates, which is going to put more money into your pocket and allow you to be profitable easier. Next, you want to have a low cost, reliable production system. So everyone just talks about creating thumbnails and making titles and AI and all this jazz. And all those things are very important, but ultimately YouTube automation is just how much is your channel making, how much are you spending per video, and then looking at the math behind that. So the less you spend, the easier it is as you start making money to be profitable. And you also want a system for being able to create repeatable packaging. So packaging is your title and your thumbnail of your videos, and if you can find a reliable way to make these different aspects, you're going to be in really good shape. Now, the challenge for most people, and maybe you if you've already started your journey but you're having troubles, is they enter an unvalidated niche where they don't know if there's high demand or high RPMs and high ad revenue. They also have a production system that's unreliable, not consistent, or too costly, or they just don't know how to make good titles and thumbnails, so they never get any clicks on their videos. So what I want to share with you is basically an approach that one of my students took, Yan, who built Nick Invest, which is probably one of the most popular and well-cited channels on faceless YouTube right now because of how successful it has been. We've been able to scale up his channel to numerous 5 figures per month. And so what I want to do is share with you the system that we employ that you can copy. So the first thing, like I said, is identifying high demand niches. So here's the thing. You want to make sure your niche is a niche that a lot of people are going to be interested in, so you can siphon those views towards your channel and that the CPM of the niche is high. So what I recommend that you do is you use Claude and ask it to give you niches that have CPMs of over $8. So what this is going to do is it's going to give you a listing of different niches. It's going to tell you the CPMs and what you could potentially pursue. So if you're looking at these and you're like, I don't really like any of these, you can just simply ask it to give you more and more and more, and you'll continue to get further listings of things. So this is a totally free way to find niches for your channel so that you can make as much money as possible when you're uploading your videos. But the next part of the process, right? So the next part of the process is going to be, once you've selected your niche, you need to start creating videos using a low-cost system that's also low skill and repeatable. You see, I've worked with tons of people one-on-one, and if you want to be one of them, you can click the link down below. When I do take on people, I'll look at your application and see if it makes sense for us to work together. But the whole point around it is that if you are running a high-cost system, becoming profitable is going to be very hard. And if you're relying on your own skill sets, let's be real. You don't have a ton of editing experience, very likely. You're not a skilled script writer. You don't have the voice of an angel to be a voiceover artist. So then your own skills can be holding back your channel's performance. So what I typically do when I'm working with people is I help them set up a system that doesn't rely on their skill sets so that their video quality is high as possible right off the bat. So one of the ways that you can do this, okay, is basically starting to look at different systems you can use to be able to make your videos. Now I'm going to talk about one of these things in a second, But the first thing you're going to need to do, let's say if you're trying to emulate the channel like my student, is identify topics for your channel. Okay, so one of the strategies that I've been using and that's been very successful is using this approach of analyzing channels that are in my niche, let's just say, and then seeing which topics are performing the best and getting adjacent topics. So in this case, what I would do is I would just take a screenshot of the channel that I'm trying to emulate. So let's say it was this channel up here. I would just take a screenshot like this, and then I would enter it into Claude, and I'd ask it to give me more topics like this, like this, like this. And you can just get another 5 or 10 or however many you want by asking for more topics after the fact. So this is basically an infinite well of topics for your channel. So once you have these topics based on what's working, which is infinitely going to increase your chances of getting more views on your channel, you're then able to run your topic through a tool like TubeGen. So the whole idea around getting ahead on Faceless YouTube in 2026 is less about finding that one golden niche or that one simple, little hack that everyone's looking for, right? Or even age channels, pre-monetized channels. It's actually about having a low cost and reliable production system that you can then churn out more videos than your competition, and especially at a lower cost. Because if you have a lower cost, you're able to have just about all your videos be profitable, which is where you want to be. So tools like TubeGen are going to create your scripts, do your voice, and do your editing for you. So all you need to do is enter in the topic, which again, you can just take from right here. So this is one that I got. You're going to enter it into TubeGen, and it's going to write your script, do your voiceover, do your visuals, and it's going to also create your thumbnail for you. So this is how these kinds of videos are made. And I can tell you, obviously, by working with my student, this is how the videos get made. At the end of the day, you output the file. You can either use their in-app editor to create the final output. You can output the files as MP4s to then turn into your final outputted video if you just edit it together in CapCut, and then you are done. Now, you also need to package your videos, right? So once you've used TubeGen to create the full video for you by just entering in the topic, you need to then package the video. So it can make some thumbnails for you, but personally what I've seen work for myself and people I work with directly is that it's best to be uploading 3 thumbnails per video so you can see what's working best, you can optimize the clicks on your videos, and you can see what's resonating with your audience. So you want to be creating thumbnails that are not only based in thumbnail best practices, but that take very low skill and you can repeat again and again and again. So the tool that I recommend you use for this is going to be 1 of 10. And so if you watch the demonstration here, you'll be able to unlock a special offer to access this tool, and I'll share that with you in just another minute. So you can use the thumbnail generator, but here's the cool part, okay? You don't have to be doing all this belaboring to explain exactly how the thumbnails need to look, and I need icons that look like this and text that looks like that. Here's how this process works. Find reference channels in your niche, like let's say the personal finance niche, enter the title or the handle of the channel into this manage channel function. And then all you need to do is feed it your topic. So let's say that our topic was this one right here, right? The $400 a month subscription trap no one talks about. So all I'd have to do is I would have to pick how many thumbnails I want, and then I would enter in the title of the video, okay? And it's gonna create a thumbnail style in this manner. Now, if you're like, okay, that's not gonna help me because I don't want the same character as that other reference channel. So like, for instance, you don't want your thumbnails looking like this. I can appreciate that. So here's the hack that you're gonna use. You're gonna go here and you're gonna just upload the face of the character that you have for your channel. It could be an AI character, it could be a cartoon character, it could be your face, whatever the case may be. And that's going to basically convert it to look like your character, but on the same design style and sequence as your reference channel. So that's how you get around that in case you're curious. So what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna go through a demonstration of this. So we have our topic, we have the reference channel that we wanna emulate, and we're gonna generate the thumbnails. So the great part about this is that if you keep using the same reference channel and you keep feeding in the topics that you're getting out of Claude or however you're picking your topics, it's going to be able to create a repeatable thumbnail design, which is going to allow your audience to resonate with your content when they see it and click through more regularly on your videos. It's called basically familiarization or recognizability at the end of the day. And so when people see that consistent character, that consistent font, your subscribers are going to be more likely to click and watch your videos. And then that's going to give a positive signal to YouTube to then push out your videos even further beyond your core audience. So here you can see this graphic design here. Again, maybe you want a different character on yours, of course, but our topic is $400 a month subscription trap. And now you see all the different subscriptions that he's subscribed to and how it's weighing him down, right? So this is exactly what we're trying to get across with this topic. It perfectly depicts it. So this is the first one, and now we're about 70 seconds into the demonstration here, and we're gonna get another thumbnail. Now, how long would it have taken you to design this by hand? Very likely it would have been near impossible for you to design. And from my personal experience, creating thumbnails using ChatGPT or Claude, it has a really hard time with fonts and has a really hard time with text. So it's really hard to create designs like this. Here we have another nice one, and you can just download this, upload it when you upload your video, and you're good to go. So if you do want to access this and start making high quality thumbnails like this in seconds, click the link in this video's description. You can get a full month of access to 1 of 10 in the thumbnail generator for just $1. It doesn't get cheaper than that, right? And that's an exclusive offer because you've made it this far in the video. So you want to take advantage of it while you can. And so this is the kind of outputs that you can get, right? Just depends what you put in. Again, this is another example. You can have before and afters. You can have what we have right here, etc. And if you want to learn how I made over 600K with just one faceless YouTube channel, watch this next video.